I hate how you're just born and you're supposed to be somebody all of a sudden. Like, no one asked you to be a person or start a life, but everyone expects you to just do your best. Then your parents put all this pressure on you. No, son, you have to do this. But why, Mom? Because what will that say about us as parents? Oh, I see. So now I have to be successful, not just for myself, but for you guys, so you don't look like awful parents. Thanks. Thanks a lot. That's a lot of pressure, but cool. Thanks. We gave you life! Yeah, look how that turned out. I also hate all the pressure that comes with dating, you know? Like, it's your responsibility to find a girl and get her to like you and get her to want to marry you, or your species will just cease to exist altogether. So when I get rejected, she's basically saying, you're not worth repopulating the earth with. How am I with girls? Honestly, how do you think? All you gotta do is hear this story. So I'm practicing driving with my dad in the neighborhood one day. Careful by this park, son. There are lots of kids. I know. Including that cute girl next door. What? Oh, she's alright. I mean, she has long, brown flowing hair. Has a great smile. Son, she's great with kids. Son, watch the road! Oh! Ah! Mom! Mom! Ah! 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 I'm guessing she's not going to want to go out with you. Mrs. Gallinger? I'm Toby. You okay? I brought you some flowers. Brought you some dandelions. Some dandelions. Oh, I'm the guy who here, I'll give you these first. I'm the guy that was driving the car. My car hit you. I'm the one who hit you in my car. I'm really sorry. If it's any consultation to you, I was looking at your daughter. I mean, not. I mean, well, I was. Okay, yeah, I was looking at her. I mean, I was looking at her because well, I mean, she is pretty, you know, and I'm not a perv, okay? I think she's pretty, but I think she has a great personality too, and I really mean that. I really do, because I like people for their personalities. She is really pretty, and there was something alluring, yeah, alluring about her, but her insides radiated to her outsides. That makes sense to you, right? Of course it does. You're a very smart lady. You always you're a very smart lady. You take good care of your kids. You tell them to look both ways before they cross the street. Anyway, where was I going with this? Yes, your daughter is beautiful. She has a beautiful soul. I appreciate that. I was looking at her because she is just a really cool person, and I like cool people. I wanna get to know cool people. I wanted to get to know her. So I was looking at her. I was looking at her in that way. I know every time I say looking at her, it just sounds like, oh, look at this perv. He's just checking out my daughter, which I'm not. Your daughter is a very nice person, and she's beautiful. Just between us, she has a nice behind too. Why would I say that to her? Why would I do that? Why would I say that to her mother? No, I was just trying to lighten the mood. Cause, you know, you already hate me because I hit you in my car. Yeah, the person who hit you in your car likes your daughter. Anyway, so yeah, I would love to get to know you better at Thanksgiving, if that ever happens. Because yeah, your daughter is an amazing person, and you should be proud. Okay, I understand. It's silent. You're silent because silent treatment. It's fair. I never talked this much. This is the most I've talked all day. Um, I don't like talking either. I'm always silent, and I would especially be silent to someone who liked my daughter and hit me in their car. Yeah, because that's the worst kind of guy out there. But I'm not like other guys. Um, I'm different. I'm better. I have better morals. I'm usually a good driver. I assure you. Uh, your daughter is in safe hands with me. She will not be in any danger whatsoever. As long as I live, I will protect her. I will guide her and guard her. I know I'm saying this like I'm gonna marry her. I don't even know. Who knows? I'm just dreaming that Miss Heidi Dillinger will be my wife. Is that right, Miss Gallagher? Wait a minute. If you're Gallagher, she's Dillinger. What's your last name? Is that your family's last name? What is it? So not talking? No.
Young man.
Ma'am, are you hypervet? What are you doing? Mom, she's allergic to dandelions. I didn't. I'm sorry. Here, let me take. Let me take them. Yeah, let me. Oh. This can be a really funny story to tell our kids. True, I never had a girlfriend until I got to high school. But truth is, I was never really into girls that much. I did want a girlfriend, but I wanted a companion, just as much as I wanted, say, a friend. It was never a big deal to me. I never even had a girls are icky stage in elementary school. I know, it's weird, but I don't know. For some reason I couldn't just look at a girl and fall in love with her. That never made any sense to me. I just wanted to be friends with people, and what sex my friend was didn't make a difference to me. I was friends with some girls, but that was it. And I didn't have a whole ton of friends who were girls because I was still a boy and I was still a loser. Throughout my whole time in middle school and a majority of high school, I seldom met a girl who I was physically attracted to. Or emotionally, for that matter. It's not that I didn't find girls attractive, just not in the traditional sense. Sure, some were pretty, and I enjoyed being around some of them, but only in a platonic way. I never looked at them as something I could achieve. It's not because I'm a male feminist or whatever, it's because that's just the way I was. I can't explain why, but I wasn't interested in trying to be friendly with the pretty girl. But I have liked girls before. I guess I've had a crush or two. And I do want a girlfriend, so I don't know what's wrong with me. It's just weird. Except for my stubborn pessimism, I was a fairly normal child. So I have no idea why it was like that. I don't know why I had to try and make a superfluous relationship with someone where chemistry was barely there, or else be called gay. Why men were typically so opposed to feelings and emotions, but your rite of passage had to be falling in love with some girl who you've only known for about a week. I don't understand why I had to be labeled like this. Nobody, not even myself, knew why I felt or didn't feel a certain way. But kids sure were quick to throw me into a category of something they didn't understand. You've never had a girlfriend? What are you, gay? You've never read a book. What are you, illiterate?
Yes.
I see people walking around with funny shirts, like this guy wearing a shirt that says, "This guy loves his girlfriend." What the hell does that mean? Hey Google, what does "this guy loves his girlfriend" mean? I'm whipped. They just try to rack up points as if it's a game. Bragging about how many ex-girlfriends you've had is like bragging about all the passes you almost caught in football. I first met Portia in our history class when we had to work together on a project. So, what did you have in mind? I don't know. Did you have anything? No. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I can't think today. You? No way. You're really smart. You did a good job on that project of the French Revolution. Thanks. Thanks again for drawing Robespierre getting his head cut off. That was really funny. Hopefully nobody noticed. Aren't you at the top of the class? I was, but now I have some competition from her. That moron? Jean? Jean? Yeah, that's her name. Jean, yes. Jean, yes. Oh my gosh. Teachers told her and their parents told her that they're disappointed, that I'd expect better from a cheerleader. Joke's on them. They expected a cheerleader to be smart. After our project, we got to talking some more. I play ukulele. I'm the only ukulele player in orchestra. Can you play something for me? I don't have it with me. It's my car. You have a car? It's not a toy car, is it? No. It's right out there in the parking lot. I can prove it. It has writing and streamers over it today. What for? It's my birthday. Oh, happy birthday. Thanks. I wish they wouldn't do that, though. Why? I hate drawing attention to myself. That's why I sit off to the side during concerts and strum my tiny Hawaiian guitar. I understand. I know just what you mean. You try to be the quiet kid so no one annoys or hurts you. But somehow being quiet makes it worse. Yeah, I know, right? They think, oh, they're the weird kid. Let's throw something at them. Maybe they'll growl at us. I'm sorry they did that to you. It's okay. I don't let it bother me. I have real friends. Oh, what's worse is I hate when they come up and try to be all friendly. Like, oh, you need someone to talk to. No, idiot, I'm avoiding you. Leave me alone. People are dumb. Yeah, but you're not dumb. You're not dumb either. After I had left, I wanted to see Portia again. I hated group work, but I couldn't wait till the next day and hope that we got paired up to work with each other again. I wanted to talk to her as much as I could. I wanted to stare at her as much as possible, but I knew I couldn't because that'd be really creepy. I'd never felt like this about anyone before. I had a crush on Portia. I like a girl! I like a girl! I have a crush on Portia! Now what? Yeah, there's no steps anybody gave me. I like a girl. What do I do now? Where do we go after this? When does the magic dating fairy pair us up and say, oh, you two are supposed to date? How do I contact her? Should I text her, email her, call her? Nobody calls anymore. The next day, everyone started saying to me, are you two dating? You look like you are. Are you two dating? Yes, we are. We're dating. So I stretched the truth a little bit. I don't lie. I joke. Dad, how did you ask out Mom? Why? Do you have a crush? No. You're finally interested in your family? No. You want to hear stories about what a lady killer your dad was? Definitely not that. So it's the crush. Just, how did you do it? Oh, this is great. You finally found a girl. After all this time, I thought you were... incompatible. I am incompatible. Don't hold out yet, son. What's your top 5 pickup lines? She won't be into that, Dad. Why not? Because she's not stupid. You mean she's not stupid? She's a girl. She'll fall for anything. Well, she's not like the girls you went after. She's educated and lives by strong morals. What are you gonna do? Go up to her and start reciting the 10 Commandments? That's not how you get a girl to like you. And do you know how to sing? I know every Madonna song to serenade your mom. Wait, I'll go get my scarf and neon jacket. Mom, how did Dad ask you out? Oh, it was a special night. We were at a club listening to the best kind of metal. Progressive metal? Funeral doom metal? Technical death metal? Hair metal. He came right up to me and grabbed on my... Maybe I should skip this part. Or give more detail. Oh, I asked for this. So after your dad put his eyeliner back on, I saw that he had the most colorful hair. Do you know what kind of wig he was wearing? A clown wig? No, and please don't interrupt, honey. But I couldn't be seen with him. His hair's not the same as mine. It's not frizzy. We don't have matching hair. He colored his hair and made it bigger. Foof! It was everywhere. There was hair everywhere in the club. Nobody could see. Nobody could drink because there was hair in there. And they would slurp it up in the straw. The whole place smelled like burnt hair, and he went through all that effort just for me. I thought if he changed his hair... See, back in the 80s, hair was everything. Your hair was the most important thing to you. You had to have the biggest hair. And if not, then you weren't cool. Your hair had to be the biggest, and the thickest, and the frizziest. And if he decided to change his whole hair just for me, I thought I would give him a chance. Well, that was insightful. Now I know how normal people date. Wait, that wasn't your dad. That was someone else. What? Who else? Someone else before me? I had other boyfriends before you. You told me you never did. I never said that. Yes, you did, on our wedding night. I said I had never loved anyone like I loved you. And do you still believe that? You had other girlfriends before me. You were a heartbreaker, Mr. Player. I at least told you about those times. I never lied. Yeah, you twisted words around. Like that time you got stuck in Albuquerque. You met someone else, didn't you? Now you're making assumptions. I know you did. You can't lie to me. Talk to your parents. You hear some interesting stories. So I went to the doctor's the other day because I was feeling sick. And he asked me, what's wrong? Well, I'm sleepy, I'm starving, I don't feel like leaving my house, and I'm irritable around people. Wait a minute, I'm always like that. Never mind, there's probably nothing wrong with me. Well, you seem alright, but you have pretty high stress levels for someone that does nothing. You don't party or anything? What kind of teenager are you? A smart one. An independent one. Man, something's wrong with you. You need to relax. Why don't you go off like the other teenagers and do drugs and stuff? Do you recommend I do drugs? No. But you're weird for not doing them. Pass. I want to stay sober and witness the collapse of the system as it implodes upon itself. Don't you think the system has done some good? What, like paying for your golf games every weekend? Aren't you too young to be this bitter? Aren't you too old to be this stupid? Sometimes I give people fake names, but I always forget the interaction, so I forget that I do. This one guy kept calling me Ollie, and I had no idea he was talking to me. So yeah, what'd you get on number 5, Ollie? Ollie? Yeah, Ollie, I'm talking to you. Oh, yeah, right, yeah, I got that too. That's not what I said. What'd you get on it? Yeah, I give people fake names all the time. It usually annoys them, but I think it's funny. Hi, David. I told you, my name is Charles. Why do you keep doing this? Why do you keep giving me weird names? I'll never tell. But people are stupid, so I can pretty much say whatever I want to them. At the beginning of every class, the teachers would always make us do this introduce yourself speech. I hated those speeches, so one time I just made something up based on an endearing character I loved. Good morning, everyone. My name is Toby, and here's my speech about myself that all you, I'm sure, want to hear. I was actually born in a small Indian village. See, my parents lost the orchard they owned, so we had to stay there. My great aunt stayed with us too, but sadly she died shortly after. One summer, my sister tragically died, so me and my parents had to move to the city, in Varanasi. My father became a priest. However, his health soon deteriorated, and since we couldn't afford a good doctor, he passed on too. Me and my mother moved back to the village on our own, and soon I started school. I was a good student, and I made sure to study hard every day. My hard work soon paid off as I got a scholarship to study in Calcutta. College seemed a lot harder to maintain good grades, and my work performance soon dwindled. Suddenly, more tragic news came to me, and my mother had died. I was all alone. I stayed in the city, and even got married eventually. But, as fate would have it, my beautiful wife died too. But even worse, she died at the birth of our son. Loss and grief was something that was so rampant in my life, I couldn't handle it anymore. I couldn't bear it, so admittedly, I left my son at his grandparents' house and traveled alone to escape my despair. Soon, however, I returned and reunited with my son. And now I'm going to school in this crappy little town. You had a son? I got over it. What happened to him? Did you leave him again? That's okay, he got over it too. Have you ever met people that have really muddy careers, but they fill you in on this incredible backstory they had in their life? Alright, listen up, you little brats. I lived down in Brazil for 3 years. I went to India and became a monk. I went to Italy and became the Pope. I beat Michael Jordan one-on-one. I'm so old I fought dinosaurs. You kids will never know what that's like. You know how hard it is to fight a dinosaur? I fought dinosaurs. I was a Jonas brother. I was the 5th Beatle. I discovered Atlantis. I'm an EGOT. I shot Al Capone. I shot the president. I can understand every word of Shakespeare. And the biggest fish are the ones that never get caught. I found the Holy Grail. I can sneeze with my eyes open. I married all the Spice Girls. I'm the founder of Bubblegum Shrimp. And now I'm a bus driver. So you all better shut up and listen to me. I think the meanest teacher I ever had was actually a substitute for my 2nd grade class. I'm not going to say her name in case she watches this. And again, I doubt she watches YouTube. She hated anything that brought joy to people. She was old. She might be dead now. Who cares? Her name was Mrs. Hyde. So my 2nd grade teacher had to leave for the middle of the day. So Miss Hyde came in as substitute for the second half. Hello, my name is Miss Hyde. Like hi. Hi. Oh, she seems nice. That was the Jekyll side of her. Right when our teacher left through the door, the Hyde came out. Excuse me, miss. It's almost recess. What? No! No recess! What? So out of nowhere, literally her first order of business was for us to not go outside and play and get some exercise. Instead, she had us work silently and we weren't allowed to make a single peep. Our assignment our real teacher gave us was to read an assigned book and fill out a worksheet. She had this basket full of a few books and we had to pick one and read it. So this poor girl goes up there, turns in her paper, and Mrs. Hyde yells, "Did you read these books?" "Yeah." "All of them?" "No." "Then get going!" "All of them? What? Lady, are you serious?" "Yeah, they were just picture books for the most part, but we were in 2nd grade. That whole basket combined was like reading Les Miserables." We had no idea why she was being so needlessly cruel. I think that's why none of the adults believed us when we told them about her. They would say, "There had to be a reason she was so strict with you guys." But there wasn't. There really wasn't. Were we being punished for something? So then we had to take timed math tests, which might I add are the worst things ever. But that was assigned by our real teacher, so I'll get to that in a minute. We had to go somewhere else in the room so we wouldn't be distracted. But once we started, I noticed I forgot my pencil. So I stood up, and right before I started walking, I thought, this lady's going to yell at me. It's just this intuition I've always had. All these schools, all these teachers, they're all so predictable. So I walked past her, grabbed my pencil. So far, so good. I start to head back. Finally, she opens her mouth and says, "Don't be like this little boy, wandering around the room." I had to grab my pen. "Go do your quiz!" Ah! Now about those time tests. Time tests are the dumbest things school has ever invented. The most ridiculous, pointless thing known to man or child. Have you ever been in a situation where you had to answer 20 math questions in under 5 minutes? No, of course not. No one has ever had to do that. So why force 2nd graders to undergo it? I couldn't answer questions that fast. I like to take my time, make sure I got it right, not do everything as quickly as possible. So because of that, I never moved on to the next difficulty of time tests or whatever. But I didn't care. I hated them. Why would I want to be good at something stupid like that? What's worse is my parents made me practice at home. I had to do them alone as extra homework. Just more useless things taking up my time. You know how busy an 8-year-old is? I had plans to save the world with my stuffed animals. Isn't that right, Lemur? We had to save Toby World. It's time test's fault. Another sub kept sending kids to the deans for stupid reasons. This was later in middle school, and by stupid, I mean stupid. Sure, there were a couple of troublemakers, like kids talking or sleeping, but then she sent the kids to the deans because he sneezed. Another kid cleared his throat, another one yawned. Another one raised their hand. How are you supposed to speak up when you're not even allowed to give the signal to speak up? Word got around quickly, and at first none of the teachers really believed us. But soon she got so bad that the deans had to send kids back and told her to stop. That's right, the office was so filled up with kids getting sent up for stupid reasons that they finally agreed and just said, "Okay, this woman's crazy, tell her to stop." I'm lucky I didn't sneeze. It was allergy season. I was making all these faces to stop. But then I remembered that she sent a kid up to the dean's for making weird faces. Knock it off!
Ma'am, I have a physical deformity.
Go to the dean's! I tried to be good, but I'll admit, I wasn't always good in my classes. I struggled with minor ADHD when I was little. I wasn't hyperactive, but it was just hard for me to stay focused on things that I found boring. I tried to get better, although it didn't always help. Okay, I will not lose focus today. Today I will pay attention.
And that's how Bugs Bunny discovered America.
Wait, what? Ah, damn it. I hated when teachers would tell us to use a half sheet of paper. Like, what am I supposed to do with the other half paper? I'm not going to turn this into another class. And if you bring your own paper, you better watch out because everyone wants a piece of paper. Once you hand a piece of paper to someone, you just open a free paper shop. It's like opening a free Starbucks in Forever 21. One time I wrote a paper about my soccer game, and our teacher would give us a little note at the end of it. Did you score a goal? No, actually I scored in the wrong goal, and all the kids beat me up and threw dirt in my eyes. Thanks for that extra dirt, Miss Crabapple. Most teachers didn't even want to help you.
Excuse me, teacher? I need some help with this.
You did it wrong.
Okay, yeah,
What? Hey, come back here! You're no help. I did it wrong.
I already knew that, genius. You really get paid for this?
One time a teacher lectured me in front of the whole class.
Teacher, how did I get this wrong?
Well, let's see. You forgot to do that.
Okay,
And this one, you didn't do this.
Okay, can I?
And this one is all wrong, too.
Alright, thank you, Mrs.
And this, but why did you do that?
Don't do that. Why did you do this?
Alright, can I sit down now? I'll never forget the horrific time when my lead pencil broke in the middle of class. Teacher, do you have an extra pencil?
Oh, you didn't come prepared with one?
No, I did, but it broke.
I can give you a sharpener.
Well, it's not that kind of pencil.
How many kinds are there? Is it the kind you write with?
It's a lead pencil?
So you need more lead?
No, the whole thing just disintegrated. I need something to write with. What, do you think I was just over there thumbing my nose for 20 minutes?
I'll give you a pen, but that's it. Don't make any mistakes.
Great, now there's pressure. Then, of course, there's all the heat I got from my parents.
What about your grades?
What? You were holding those the whole time?
What's going on, Toby? Why did you get this?
I don't know. I tried. It's just a C.
A C is close to an F. Are you trying to fail?
Yes, that's it. I want to fail. Thank you. You solved the mystery.
Stop talking to us like that. You know, you can't get into a good college with grades like these. That's why they invented community college. You know, you won't go anywhere in life if you get grades like these.
I know.
Yeah, there you go again. You know everything, don't you?
That's not what I mean.
You guys do this to me all the time. You act as if I don't know I should get good grades. You're treating me as if I don't know what grades are, but you're the one that just figured out what the 5 letters even mean.
Well, why would they skip the E? It goes from D to F. They're the ones who don't know how the alphabet works. Besides, I'm too busy asking the real questions in life. What am I going to name my kid? Where did I get this bruise? Does the light in the refrigerator really turn off when you close the door? When a doctor is sick, who does he go see? How do the 3 seashells work? If tomato is a fruit, is ketchup a smoothie? How is Betty White still alive? How's the Queen of England still alive? Do we need school? I mean, we have the internet now. The internet is literally the answer to everything. How do I know if the ghost in my bedroom is real?
The internet.
How do people start these stupid trends?
The internet.
Where did Peter Pan learn to fly?
The internet.
Is God real?
The internet.
What's the deal with airplane food?
The internet.
How can you make a living by complaining?
The internet. Or a comedian.
How do I know where babies come from?
The internet.
Wait, no! Where was our president born?
The internet.
Why did Ash go back to the cabin in Evil Dead 2?
The internet.
What's wrong with the world?
The internet?
I would rather study philosophy. I love Buddhist teachings in quotes, even the ones that don't really make any sense. Do not take advice from anyone. Okay, I won't. But if so, wouldn't I be following your advice to not take other people's advice? But if I didn't take your advice, I'd still be following your advice not to take other people's advice. But if I do take your advice, then I'm going against what you said about listening to other people's advice, listening to your advice. But if I don't listen to your advice about giving advice and listening to advice... I'm lazy and I'm stressed out. I'm lazy because I'm stressed out. I'm stressed out because I'm too busy being lazy to do anything. Everyone is so stressed out nowadays. Teenagers can't even concentrate anymore. I'm actually stressed out because I constantly have to be on alert for bullies while I'm trying to get my work done. And I'm not lazy, I'm just tired because I have to get up at 5 a.m. to go to school, and I'm up till midnight doing their homework. One of my teachers said, "I hate laziness!"
Sounds like you've never tried it.
I have complete respect for anyone labeled ADHD. Don't ever let your parents, school, or anyone force-feed you a pill that bounds your mind and limits your imagination. You have a great gift, so let your mind wonder, wander, and imagine. There's nothing wrong with you, there is something wrong with the system.